And welcome back to Sports Overtime. Now we are off and rolling with the playoffs in NASCAR. The Cup Series started a few weeks ago. The Xfinity Series started yesterday in Kansas. Eric Almirola getting the very first win in the playoffs yesterday.
Just an amazing race car. That thing was so fast on the long run. We were able to really just pace the field after about 15 or 20 laps. So really proud of everybody on this team.
And with the first race of the playoffs now in the books, it's time to check in a little bit more with NASCAR. NASCAR analyst Tommy Praytor joined us in studio to have a big recap of what's in store ahead in the Xfinity Series. Tommy, first of all, good to have you in-house. This is a really good time because we're in the playoffs now, both in the Cup Series and Xfinity Series. Keep in mind the Xfinity Series playoffs right now airing on Gulf Coast CW. That's where we'll start. How fun is this for Xfinity Series for these guys to be able to go out and race for a championship over the next few weeks?
Most of these guys have never had a chance to race for a championship. Cole Custer is the returning champion, so he's going to try to make it 2 in a row.
Right.
Next year, he's going to Cup. He's going to be a Haas driver, so this is do or die for him.
Yeah.
But most of these guys have never had a chance, and we talk about Justin Allgaier. He's had a lot of chances, hadn't been able to get it done yet. He's a real sentimental favorite for old-time race fans.
Obviously, there's a lot of local connections as well. This area, the Gulf Coast, has a lot of local ties, whether it comes to Mobile International Speedway, Five Flags at Pensacola. And this is a series, Tommy, where a lot of the racers who are in the driver's seats now in the Xfinity Series were here not that long ago.
Over half the field has been on the Gulf Coast, right? Over the half of the chase field, playoff field has been on the Gulf Coast. I think the number one guy you got to look at, Chandler Smith, won the Snowball Derby a few years ago.
Right.
So that's somebody that definitely knows his way around Mobile and Pensacola.
How much does that help them as they go to the next level? How much does racing here on these local circuits help them as they go to different kinds of tracks? We'll dive into the tracks, but how much does that local experience really help?
Well, what we've heard consistently over the last 30, 35 years is guys who come down and race at Mobile and Pensacola, traditionally double headers. The level of competition here at these two tracks is so high that if you can win and be successful here, you can go on to the next level and be successful. And that's why so many guys that have raced at this level here at Mobile and Pensacola, you see them in the Truck Series, the ARCA Series, the Xfinity Series, and eventually in the Cup Series.
For the Xfinity Series specifically, one race in the playoffs already in the books, and now we go to different kinds of tracks. We go to Talladega, we go to the road course in Charlotte. Talk a little bit about just the navigating this playoff course when it's so many different kinds of tracks.
Yeah, I mean, the first one in the book is Kansas. Goodyear brought a tire that falls off 3 to 4 seconds during a run.
Wow.
Somebody really had to work at, I'm going to run it this way, and then it'll be running it like this at the next in 40 laps, right? So that traditionally favors an older driver. Talladega, I can't say what it really favors on television, but if you have some, you're going to do pretty good. And it's 190 mile an hour, 200 mile an hour chess match, around 2.66 miles in Talladega, Alabama, and boy, what a race.
Thank you so much, Tommy. Coming up next, this series heads over to the state of Alabama. It's the big one, the wild card race as they call it, October 5th at Talladega Superspeedway. After that, they go to a road course over at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Then it's over to Las Vegas, then Miami Homestead to close out the month of October. The month of November will start with a big race in Martinsville, Virginia. Of course, all the races in the Xfinity Series playoffs airing on Gulf Coast CW. And that's our show tonight.